Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. And now on our little board here, we have our model that we talked about in our last video. And we're going to go on with this theme, so I'm going to go through a little review because we'll use many of the elements in our video for this day. Now here was our subject. It's not magic. You see nothing as it is. You see nothing as it is in the moment. So I have a lot of stuff on here, and some of it we are going to keep for our next video. But out here, as a review, out here we have representing the infinite field of everything that we're embedded in. So this field covers the whole thing, but I show it out here because it gets too confusing. And in the center, our center figure is represents you and your five senses that look out into this infinite field and gather information. Now this is all the senses. All five senses bring information in about the momentary energy that's operating out here, that's moving, that's dancing, that keeps on changing and moving around out here. So you bring in that sensory information and from the five senses as separate, unique tracts of information. Then you filter that information, which is chaotic at this point. This out here, meaningless to you, meaningless, just raw data. Then you bring it in and you filter it through what you know to be true for you, your belief system in the subconscious mind. And then you high grade that into information that you can use that's meaningful for you. And then from that, you construct your world. Now, I show it here as a projection. You render the world that you have, streaming information from this outside energy system, and then moving through a projector. I visualize a projector, throwing it, projecting it onto a screen. Now, your senses, as I pointed out before, operate at 11 million bits of data per second. That's all of them. Most of it is visual. And then your subconscious mind takes that information and filters it at around 400 billion bits of data per second. Quite fast. And then, so you are streaming. I mean, you really, those senses and your subconscious mind are just working whoosh, behind the scene, because consciously you're unaware of it. Then you project it, so we project it. In other videos, I said the projection goes out here on top of this. But what you're doing is you're projecting it onto a screen inside. And here is your conscious mind looking at the screen, looking at your rendering and telling you about it. Because all you know is what the conscious mind tells you. Now, all of these other things are operating behind the scene at millions to billions of bits of data per second. your conscious mind sitting here looking at the screen operates at maximum 100 bits of data per second. It is so slow and so small, but it is what we know. And it is looking at this as our best guess, our projection, our best guess as to what, based on our belief system, we believe is out here. So this is part of our survival mechanism. And we use this rendering to move through this chaotic energy. So that's what we talked about last time, and now we're going to get on to another interesting subject now. And this is our subject for today. And so let me read it off of my little paper here. Free yourself from what never happened. Free yourself from what never happened. Now we have a very full board. And if you look very close, this part will look very similar to the model we used in the last video. And so, but now we have two. We have two. So we're moving forward with our model. Now here on this side, and also on this side, we have a projector. And as in the last video, you create your world by taking in sensory information from this energy system. I didn't have a lot of room here, but make believe that's infinite energy system or consciousness, however you want to look at it. Now, out here, everything is happening. Nothing's missing. Everything is here. It's moving. It's undulating. It's up and down. The frequencies are changing. Things are happening here. But you don't know it. Why? It's chaotic. It's meaningless. This out here, this energy system, is meaningless as you encounter it with your senses. Oh, yeah, I got to point this out. We have the eye, the nose, the ears, the tongue is supposed to be in here, and here's a touch. I couldn't work it in so well, but that's a hand. So make believe this guy's got a hand that he's feeling this energy, and that guy too. So this model over here is the same as we had in the last video. And we're taking in information from our senses at 11 million bits of data per second. And the subconscious mind, through our belief system, our values, our memories, are sorting this information out at 400 billion bits of data per second. Now, I've used this before, so I'll use it again. If any of you, now this is how this works, this filtering system. Oh, it's kind of fun. If you've ever donated clothes to a charity, you know, and sometimes you get a receipt and sometimes you don't. But you donate clothes. Say you got a whole bunch of clothes. So in this charity, now they have clothes from every place. They got all kinds, like this. It's infinite amount of clothes. And somebody from the charity, if it's a charity that's reselling them or reusing them, somebody's got to sort those out, those gifts, to find out which ones are important to either to resale or to give out to other people. So somebody has to sort it. Now, in this model, the subconscious mind does that. You can look at the clothes that were brought in as information from the senses. And then here you got this big tote of clothes. And so there is somebody who has experience comes out and looks at these clothes. And he picks one out and he says, oh, what a wonderful shirt. I can resell this, or I can put it on the rack and somebody can use it. And here's a pair of shoes, wonderful. We'll put those over here. And here's a blouse, oh, that's good. And here's a pair of underwear, oh, wait a minute, this is stained. We got to throw that away. So with that kind of a mindset, the subconscious mind goes through all of the input from the senses and just throws it out. Just throws out what's not needed. This is needed. That's not needed. I don't know what that is. Put that over there. And sorts through this. Now, it does that constantly because the senses are streaming in information. So the subconscious mind is always sorting what's coming in. And from that, finding out what is important, and what is important, you create your world. You create a rendering. So now you have a rendering, not of everything that comes in, because some of it isn't going to mean anything. Some of it you had no background, you have no experience in. Can't use it. So you can throw it away. So now you get what you can use, and from that you render your world. Now your rendering fits within your belief system. And that's for both of these guys or gals. They're picking up the information that's in front of them, and they're doing that sorting process, and they're rendering their world from the individual things, from the shoes, from the shirts, from the underwear, from the belts, from pants, all kinds of stuff. And it's separate information, but we make a whole rendering, a whole world out of it. And so then that's why I got a little projector here on both sides, a little projector, and we take that rendering and we project it. Now this is a screen onto which your rendering is projected from the projector. And now here you sit as a conscious mind. By the way, the conscious mind operates maximum, which is really insignificant compared to the subconscious mind, at 100 bits of data per second. But this is what we believe. This is what we know. This is part of our survival, this picture here that our conscious mind is absorbing, is saying, oh, that's the outside world. This reflection by this projection through our rendering is what's out here. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is your best guess based upon your belief system, your experience, your life, as to what is out here. So this, you're rendering, and what is outside of you, different. Different. We like to think they're the same. In the egoic world, we say that. We say, well, I have this memory. By the way, every time you put a picture out here, a rendering, you make a memory of it. You make a memory of it. And so those memories are being created as fast as you can project it by the conscious mind. And it's not what's there. It is your best guess. So your memory is not what happened out here. It's not what happened. It is your interpretation, your best guess, based on your limited belief system of what you think happened out here. Isn't that exciting? Why do I say that? You have no idea what's outside of you. None. You have inklings. That's how you can make a best guess. But you don't really know what's going on out here. So now, let's take a look at what our subject is. Free yourself from what never happened. Now, these two guys are looking at the same instant in time, the same information. And they are, through their rendering, through their belief system, are coming up with a best guess as to what's happening out here. Best guess. Is it what's happening out here? Absolutely not. Can't be. Why can't it? Well, in the model, that information is sorted through the subconscious mind, your belief system, your values. This guy's belief system and this guy's or gal's belief system, different. Therefore, they cannot have the same rendering. They cannot have this out here. They have no idea. This guy thinks A, this guy thinks B, but actually C is what happened. So nothing happens the way you think it does. Now, you need to know that for all kinds of reasons. And I forgot to turn off my phone. Maybe I'll leave it in, maybe I won't. So the rendering of each of them is going to produce a different world. How far apart are those two worlds going to be? Depends on a lot of things. If they're raised in the same country, they have the same religious background, they have the same language, they have the same all kinds of stuff, they're more likely to be closer, but never, ever the same. So, now, when you have an experience in the past, which is your world, you have a memory that is negative. This is what this is for. Free yourself. Because a negative memory is of something that never happened. It never happened. And if there was another person in that experience that is now a memory, their memory and your memory are different things. Now, if you feel you must make amends for this negative experience that happened in the past, which is gone, and all you have is a memory, and the memory is not what happened, why are you having such a fuss about it? Because of the egoic belief system. In the egoic belief system, you believe that the memory is a recall of an event that happened. Your memory is not a recall of an event. Your memory is a recall of your rendering of an event, and it never happened. The event out here never happened the way you're rendering your memory tells you it did. So, in the description, I go through some of that pretty pretty deep. So take a look at that and begin to recognize, let's see what A Course in Miracles has to say about this. And you'll see this up here too. Your childhood body and its place of shelter are a memory now, so distorted that you're merely holding a picture of a past that never happened. Your memories are holding a past that never happened. But oh my goodness, in the belief system of the egoic world, don't you believe your memories are alive? Now, how come your memories feel alive? Because you feel them in the body. When you recall a memory, your body feels as if it's happening all over again. And so you say, oh no, the memory is alive. It's not in the past. I didn't make it up. Look at how it makes me feel. You created it. And it's not real. It's not what happened. So you have to begin to change your belief system. Change your vision about what is happening and what you think happened, and recognize nothing happens. The past is gone. The present is all you have. There is no future. It's only a dream, a possibility, but it's not here, and nothing's there, and nothing physical is in the past. Nothing is what you think it is. Now, I had another thing I wanted to bring out, and I'll put it here so you can look at it. The illusion keeps you in the egoic realm and away from the truth. Are you starting to pierce its foggy, mystical hiding realm? Are you unentangling yourself from the egoic belief system? Oh, there's so much to talk about here in the illusion. And so be good to yourself. Give this some thought. Recognize that when you free yourself from what never happened, it opens you up to a beautiful new possibility of what can happen. We'll see you next time here in the illusion. Bye now.